Hey everybody, today is Friday. It is March the 5th. It's good to be with all of you. So I'm Pastor Sarah Ritchie, and I have the pleasure of serving First Christian Church in San Bernardino, California. And you all know well enough by now to know that I'm coming at you from my backyard. So I've been reading Ecclesiastes today. Ecclesiastes is a great book. There are all kinds of gems in it. One of them that's the most troubling to me comes from chapter 7, I believe I'm saying this right, in verse 4, and it talks about how sometimes the bad times that come in our lives can lead to a blessing. And I've been thinking about that. Is it always true that the bad times of life are a blessing in disguise or will become a blessing of sorts? I think not always. There are certainly folks who suffer a great deal in this world, and I can't look upon their suffering and think, oh well, God just gave them the suffering and they have to look for the sunny side of life. However, there are times when stuff happens in our lives, and initially it's not pleasant, it's awful, to say the least. Like the pandemic in which we continue to live through. And one would say, well, what's the blessing that comes out of that? Especially with over 500,000 people who have passed away and all the families left behind, and people who live with ongoing problems because of the illness. It's hard to say, well, that's a blessing in disguise. I don't think so. I do think, however, that one can look for things that come out of, are the result of, the bad times in our lives. Sometimes we can learn from them. Sometimes we grow because of them. We're able to share more of ourselves with others, share more, be kinder, more loving, compassionate. And then sometimes a bad day or a bad several months, it's just bad. And all I know to do as a person of faith in those times is to try to pray, to give thanks to God always, but to pray and to do what I can within my own sphere of influence to bring about some goodness in the world, if at all possible. I guess that's what I would encourage each of you to do today. If you're able, find a way to be good and kind and loving in a world that is often not. And embrace that God wants goodness for us. And we should want it for one another, you know. So I encourage y'all to continue wearing those masks and washing those hands and remaining physically distanced but not socially distanced. Remember, not everyone has received a vaccination yet. We're far from that goal, and so it's just good for us to be careful when we're out in public. And hey, I appreciate all of you and love you, and we'll look forward to being with you tomorrow. So take care now. Bye-bye.